Welcome to Three Skulls Tavern, a channel devoted to tabletop role-playing games by Free League Publishing. This show is sponsored by Foundry, the virtual tabletop, as well as WorldMill, online server hosting for the Foundry tabletop. To support the show, head over to patreon.com/MattK. For a minimum of $2 per month, you get access to a ton of extra content. Previously on Alien, New Alaska.
Dear Mum, so I guess the good news first? I've finally arrived at my first actual posting. Other than that though, I'm afraid it's just been a bit of a shit show. The ship we were supposed to arrive on had some kind of malfunction, and we were evacuated before it crash-landed on New Alaska. We're currently on our way to check the wreckage for any remaining crew and whatever cargo we can salvage. On top of all that, I made an utter fool of myself the first time I tried to step out into the snow and ice. I broke through a snowdrift and got stuck, and the high gravity and tight ape suit didn't help either. I just panicked, and my boss had to drag me out by the scruff of the neck like a pathetic drowning puppy. Everyone was nice enough about it, but I'm sure they'll think twice before they trust me with any serious jobs now. Looks like I'll just have to work twice as hard from now on. But hey, I can't wait to finally be able to send you money home. Give a big kiss to Boris, David and Uncle Moritz for me. Love, Kit.
Hello, I'm your host, Matt, here on Three Skulls Tavern, and I'm playing Jack, the company agent. Let's move up the chain here. Chris next.
Sure. Hi, I'm Chris, and I'll be playing Kit the Roughneck.
And Harry.
Hi there, I'm playing Jean-Michel, the geologist.
And last but not least, Habib.
And I am Kai, the transport and logistics guy.
I guess that leaves me as the games mother for Alien New Alaska. I guess we'll jump straight back into this. So where we last left off, you'd got to the downed spaceship, and you were just making a decision on how you're going to get into this, the USCSS Houston, which had crash landed into the side of the glacier. Where you were looking at it, there was a lot of pool at the back of some horrible, nasty liquid that was coming out that was frozen around the tail end of the space vessel. And you were trying to figure out how to get into it. One, to rescue the crew, if there are any crew alive, and two, to get the new upgrade for the mother system, the base. That's right. That's where we start. 1 second, everyone. I'm just going to get out of that and put you into the crash site. Okay, cool. So you have managed to get out of your snowcat and you have made your way towards the vessel. You need to try and figure out how to get in there. It's currently buried up to deck B, which means the bridge itself, which is on the underside of the vessel, is kind of wedged into the side and under the snowdrifts. The side of the vessel you can see sort of at head height is the main manifolds, which come down on the side into the actual snow. And you do know that there is a leak in the back of the vessel where the rear right engine has come loose, and you can see what looks to be some kind of explosion that may have happened towards the rear of the engine. I guess we'll head over to you guys then to figure out what you're going to do.
From memory, there was a big opening at the front of the ship, right?
No.
There's small windows above the bridge we said were the EEV
Yes.
pods.
Yes.
So there'll be a way to get in from there.
And then one was,
Yes.
and they would all been missing, so there was like potentially.
Yes. So
okay, but not
you could
actually an
potentially
opening.
get You could potentially get up there. So yes, there would be an opening, but there would also be an airlock on the other side.
Right, there'd be an airlock.
So
right,
you have to kind of get up to them. So you'd have to climb probably 15 meters up to get to the.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And we're still in the snow
50
cat,
meters
right?
in high gravity is not going to go well.
Not in suits without. Have we got climbing gear or magnetic gloves or anything like that?
I'm sure Elizabeth can get up, but it's still going to be a bit of a job to get the rest of us.
Did we bring some stuff with us that we would need for?
I don't know. Did you bring any climbing gear with you?
One of the things not on my list.
Well, I think we talked about kind of packing survival stuff that we would need.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind that we know we're examining a crash, my character definitely would have been bringing not just climbing equipment, but also things like some sort of like. There is like a laser cutter type of thing, right? I'm just I'm getting all my sci-fi settings mixed up with these. Like a plasma torch or whatever it's called in this.
It is difficult to cut through the side of an actual
very
large space vessel.
Yeah, not the hull itself, but interior walls if we need to.
Fine.
That's kind of what I meant more.
Well, we don't want to do that and breach just in case. But
sure.
if the airlock on the other side, we must be able to patch into it somehow from an access terminal this side, because there'll be a connection for the EV when it popped out, right? So it's sitting in a sub hangar, so there's going to be a single door on that side, which we should be able to open with the outer door closed.
Yes. So there are multiple small EEVs. Remember that this vessel was modified, so most of the EEVs would be from the lower decks. Which is where so if you can imagine that the inside of the actual rear of the vessel is a large space, which is basically being redesigned and retrofitted to fit multiple cryostations and sleeping compartments, small cubicles, which you could essentially take out and either turn it into a cargo station. So it's all reusable and modifiable. But that would all be currently a level or two under the snow. Most of the airlocks would also be at the rear or lower part of the actual vessel.
I think we'd kind of decided to go in through the EEV airlock at the front, just because it's accessible. We can see that we can kind of see it. It makes sense, I think. And also because there was the explosion was at the back of the vessel, right? So in case there's any radiation or something, it makes a little bit of sense to maybe
and we're looking for the bridge crew, obviously, who would have been in those smaller pods, if not at the bridge.
Yeah, for sure.
It turns to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, could you free climb up to those escape doors and possibly set a line for us to come up, or even a belay?
I can indeed try.
Do we have the things you need for that in the back of the snowcat?
Let me have a look. She has a little rummage around. Says, yes, I'm sure we could do something with that.
I'm just thinking, it's been a while, guys, since I've made a climb like that in these conditions. I don't want to risk a fall.
Yeah. Not a problem, she says.
I look at Elizabeth jealously. She's so good at things.
So I'm just thinking about like equipment and encumbrance and stuff for this game. I would like to take a cutting torch with me, which has got like weight of 1. I've got encumbrance of 12, and I'm only using 4 and a bit for now, so I should have plenty of space to take stuff with me.
Sure.
Do you want us to kind of? Are you worried about us like managing our inventory?
No, that's fine. Most of your, unless you're taking everything in the world, I have no problem with your inventory at the moment.
Right. Okay.
So no, that's fine.
Okay. Oh no, it's 6 encumbrance. 12 is when I'm carrying too much. I think it's strength times 2. Never mind. So I'm close to encumbered with the cutting torch. But I'll take it anyway, I think. In fact, it probably makes more sense for Kit to take the cutting torch. Being the roughneck, right?
I'll be happy to, but I do already have one.
Oh, you've already got one. Well, never mind then. I'm not taking one.
I've got a bolt gun, a flashlight, the PDAT, the system diagnostic device, a knife, and a cutting torch.
Okay. Yeah, I think as the kind of survival specialist, I'll just be making sure before we go in we've got all the kit we need.
Yep.
I don't think we'll need 2, so I think just looking at Kai's character sheet, you're well over encumbered with lots of stuff.
Well, how's it? The encumbrance works for your what fraction of the encumbrance is over encumbered?
Well, if your encumbrance is 8, so you can have up to 8 things.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
because he's not going after that.
So you right click on the
That's it.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, see, it doesn't register because I've already shifted a load of stuff, and there's not even 8 kilos there, and it's not actually registered on a character sheet.
It's the inactive stuff at the bottom is still registering, so you've got to delete it.
Oh, so it doesn't register in the inactive side. Aha. Right. Okay.
That's fine.
I'll do that. Yeah, I mean it's all pocket items and stuff that would have been in like the Waco vest and the ape suit and stuff like that.
Yep.
There we go. So what else? Where are we? Yeah, but I've got issues with this because 6 rounds apparently weighs 2 kilos.
It'd be 6 reloads.
That makes more sense.
So that's fine.
I'll take a reload off your hands because I don't have any. Are they swappable, or is this like Twilight 2000, right?
This is for a Magnum, a revolver, basically.
So if you've got a Magnum, you can
357 special. Yeah. Nothing technical, nothing advanced. Nice and simple. Point, click, goes.
How do we do? Okay. So sorry. How do we do ammo?
So it'd be in reloads. So let's have a look. Let's get into your character sheet 1 second, please.
I've got a shotgun.
So where it says rounds, where it says RDS,
yeah.
That's just the number of reloads you have. So if you panic when you're shooting a gun, you lose all your reloads. You just end up firing every bullet in your gun, unless you're a hardened military personnel. So yeah, that's all it is really.
Okay. Wearing my armor. I just realized all my stuff's inactive. So
the only thing that I'm going to require you to really worry about is if you do have any rounds or reloads, and obviously your ape suit will have an amount of air.
Up, mate. I didn't catch any of that.
Your ape suit will have an amount of air in it, or the number of rounds you might have if you wanted to take a weapon in with you, or if you had a cutting torch or something that required energy. So anything like that will lose the resource that would require for you to be used. So if you're going to cut a torch, it will have like 5. I want to say it's not energy. It's 5
power.
5 resources. Power. That's it. And if you use it, then obviously you can only literally use it 5 times in effect.
Okay.
So yes. Unless you're worried about that, I'm not too worried about your other stuff. I'm quite happy to hand wave that, unless it's necessary for me to get rid of it.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm taking 2 rounds in for my shotgun, which includes the rounds in the shotgun itself, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm not expecting any trouble. It's Easter, so
It's Easter. Why not?
It's worked out for people so well in the past.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's Good Friday you're going to worry about.
Exactly. It's not a problem. So while you're all kind of getting yourself organized, Elizabeth hops, skips, and jumps and free climbs up the side of the vessel to the top of the of this part here. I'll just ping it on the map. And then makes her way across here. And then has a quick jump up to here. And then throws the rope down to all of you and secures it at one of the EEV pod openings. and she waves at you. And she says, "Ready when you are."
All right, I'll go first, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Being the
In case anything goes
agent.
wrong, maybe you should stay at the bottom. Like if one of us falls, where are you best placed?
Well, our medical tech is up there.
She waves at you again.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the answer is don't fall.
No, we can do this. We can I can go up first to just have a look, and then we'll send her down if she's needed, and then she can climb up again because she's a droid.
It's fair.
This is why you're the team leader, obviously.
I'm just going to require a straight agility roll from you all. You would have got a bonus, but it's kind of slippery and wet and icy as you're climbing up as well, so that negates the bonus you get from the rope and any of the climbing gear.
I'm getting blank faces on the dice again. Oh no, there we go.
We shouldn't have any stress either.
Is that good, bad?
No, you get rid of your stress.
But that's fine. You got a success anyway.
Oh,
You got a success anyway, so it's fine.
So I'm going first, and I failed my roll. What does that mean exactly?
It just means that it takes you a little bit longer to get up there. You've all got the equipment and climbing gear, so you kind of start, slip, you kind of knock around a bit, and you just basically take a lot longer to get up there. So by the time you're all up there, so the same thing goes for Jean-Michel. You also end up falling around a lot. Kit, same thing goes with you. It's just very slippery. It's just not easy to do. But after a lot of huffing and puffing and pulling and swearing and shouting, you're all standing on a lip overlooking the actual snowcap behind you. And when you turn around to face the vessel, you're looking at the EV capsules. And you can see one of the hatches that shut behind the EV when it went. So you have yourself an airlock.
All right.
That seems like exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
I take it we can open it from the outside, right?
This is where Kit's gonna try and maybe roughneck it up.
Yeah, let me have a look at that thing.
If there's maybe some kind of console that we could interact with it, I could maybe take a look at that. But if there isn't, then
it's Comtech, isn't it? For
yeah.
Yes, please. You can make a Comtech roll.
Is it
Comtech I can do something with?
Power.
So
do it.
Oh, I'll tell you what you can do. Everyone who failed their roll in climbing, just thought this has just come to me. Could you all please make a resource roll for your air?
Nice.
And your power for your suits.
So we just
remind me where to do that again?
General tab, and then where it says consumables with air, I think you click on the supply roll, the box next to it.
Okay, cool.
You don't want ones.
You don't want ones.
No.
Apparently I have no power.
Just no power, Captain.
For some reason I
you've got to go into your inventory. Go into your inventory.
I think you actually have to.
So,
you have to activate
inventory.
Yeah.
I do have it in inventory. It just
no, it's not active
because it's inactive. Exactly. Yeah. How do I activate?
Just click on the icon. Like all the way on the left where it says like the icon for the armor, and it'll go into your activate.
There you go.
No.
So yeah, just in that case, just roll. You should have, hopefully.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of like looks at it and goes, hang on.
Then now.
How many power am I supposed to start with?
So I think it should be 6.
Because it doesn't seem to say in my inventory. So
No.
I think I just have to put it in directly.
Yes, it's just air. Just don't worry about the power. Just roll
Air
through
supply should be 4 from the for
so-
using the ape suit.
it. Yeah. So yeah, just use. Use the
air is
supply.
fine. It's power up is always.
I
There's
don't
no
know
power
how
to
either.
make it work.
So just roll. Sorry, whatever it would have been. So Kit, you've ended up using more oxygen than you thought. Just kind of like knocking around and trying to climb up.
This is really stressful.
Yeah, it is. You
Harry,
find
you
it
still need to
stressful?
roll too, right?
Have a point of stress.
No, I've already rolled.
No, you haven't rolled for your air though.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
Had you? It's not showing up in the
no.
chat log.
I've got Kit and Jack. That's all that's rolled.
I wonder if something changed because after I rolled it, then I put the ape suit in.
Probably.
Yeah. So
A buggeration.
oh dear. So 2 of your air supply
Well,
juices.
To be fair, I do
Isn't
have a
that
strength
kind
of
of
2.
wrong?
Like it
Isn't
makes
it
sense
sort of
that I
wrong
would get
that the
bigger.
6s don't cancel out the ones?
No.
It seems wrong. I agree. I don't like it.
So you get to your get to the hatch. You say Jean-Michel's going to try and do some comtech on it.
Yes, that was the idea. If there's something I can interact with, I can give it a good go, and that might be a little bit. That was an accident. What the hell was that? Oh, it looks like I accidentally rolled strength.
Ooh.
Yep. Door's locked. I guess I'll have to use the panel. Everybody, please laugh. I'm playing this off as a joke.
That's better.
Okay. Well, the comtech has turned out much better.
Yep. You bypass the system, and there is an audible click, and the airlock door starts to open. As it starts to open, you suddenly get this. You get the sound from the actual speakers from the actual ape suit that makes a noise, and the door gets maybe 6 inches and stops, and then the power to the console and the comm unit stops and goes dark.
What the heck was that?
Looks like the power cut out.
You've used the last remaining stored power in the airlock door to open the door, and now
I guess it makes sense that a crashed ship has intermittent power.
Open the panel on the left. There should be a hand crank.
Have we got like torches built into our helmets?
Yeah.
Can I just have a peek through the door and just see what the state of the inside is? Like, does it look like there's been some sort of decompression? Does it look pretty much intact? What does it look like?
On a scale of 1 to really fucked.
So you look in and you can see the corridor heading down, and it looks perfectly intact. Does anybody have any way of testing? You do, Harry. Air quality, that kind of thing inside.
Oh.
So your pups.
Is that the pups again?
So
Were
did
the
you
pups
send
not
them?
already sent out?
Yeah. So you sent them in towards the back, didn't you?
I believe we sent one to do an external map to find if there's an ingress.
Yes.
And we sent one in. I actually forget. I think we may have sent it towards the bridge, because that's where we thought we were going. So we thought it would be a good idea to get the pup going in that general direction.
Okay, so the one pup is doing the general outside of the vessel. The other one went through the crack in the rear of the engine and trying to find its way through the whole structure to find some way of getting in. So where that pup is, it's showing that there is radiation exposure towards the back end of the vessel, but you obviously don't know about this area.
Yeah, the pup's not really in a position to tell us
no.
anything useful then.
No. So yeah, it's got the sort of slight fog to it. But that's all. It looks like it's the leftovers from an electrical fire, maybe. And that's what you can see, Jack.
Okay.
So Kai, you kind of hand crank the side, and the door really painfully, slowly starts to inch open.
How loud is it?
How loud is it? It's fairly loud, and you're kind of.
Okay. And can we? These suits we've got, are they like zero gravity? Can we hear anything external through them? We got like some sort of like microphone.
Yeah, you do.
Like, pipe in.
Yes, you can hear sound coming through it, so that's fine. So you've got the sound of that, because it's not. It's meant for sort of like hazardous environment as opposed to zero G.
Right. Okay.
I imagine it almost like the Hoth get up that Luke and Han wore in Empire, where it's kind of part armor as well as cold weather gear with a hat or a respirator or whatever built into it, but it's not the full vac suit. So description says you can survive in the extremest circumstances in emergencies, but don't rely on it.
I thought it was
exactly.
I thought it was a complete sealed.
If you go onto the Ep suit,
I think it's maybe an exoskeleton in some, but it wouldn't be fully environmentally sealed. It's just
it has an air supply for you, supplemental, but it wouldn't.
I saw it as armored hazmat suit is what I kind of thought of it as. But yeah.
The bit that I really like is the way where it says, what does it say? Impervious to caustic substances.
Now that I can
That's what I showed
get behind.
I can think of absolutely no reason why that would be relevant.
Well, you have the.
We're going to a ship leak, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, whatever that stuff is, that's pooling under the ship, right there.
So,
that's probably not healthy.
Nope. After about 2.5-3 minutes of pumping this hand crank, the door is probably wide enough for you to get in with your suit into the vessel. Who wants to go in?
I'll go in first again.
Okay.
I suppose whichever one of us is nearest.
I mean, I've brought a shotgun with me, but I don't necessarily think I'm going to be needing it at all. So I'll have my hands free. What have I got with me otherwise?
It was better safe than sorry, but I can't help but think it seems unnecessary.
Can we send a pup in ahead? Can that do any?
Well, we already have sent a pup in ahead.
Well,
it's not near the bridge yet.
Yeah, I think
there's
I think my hands.
There's a lot of corridors. It'll take a little while to get there.
So I have this PDAT, which is basically like a tablet, right? It can be synced with mapping devices, PDTs, etc. So I'm probably like glancing. I probably got that in one hand. I'm probably glancing at it with the pup's data coming in.
Yeah.
And just leading the way forward.
Yeah. So the pup's data is showing the superstructure of the hull, and it's trying to weigh its way through where the engine is into engineering to then be able to come into the vessel itself. Okay. But it's having to move its way around, and it's obviously, while it's semi-intelligent, it has to it maps away ahead of it, and if it stops, it has to come back and then do the next thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it's doing at the present moment.
I'm assuming we also have seen schematics, or at least will have a schematic for the ship on my tablet. So knowing like how to get to the what's it called? The bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. The bridge for you is going to be down.
Yeah. So is there like some sort of like access hatch with a ladder or something that we can?
Yes, there is. So for you to access the hatch, as soon as you get through the door into the corridor, there is a door off to your left. And you know that there's a corridor that leads all the way to the middle of the section of the ship. You then hang a right, and then you'll have access hatches. There's a lift, and next to it is an actual ladder you can go up and down.
Okay. Again, I'm not expecting anything, so I'll stow my tablet and just kind of make sure everyone's kind of behind me and say, "This is the way to the bridge," and then climb down. Start climbing down.
Yep. So you go through the door and you head down the corridor. Who's going in second?
Oh right, okay.
I totally love to.
What I said was I'm gonna go down the ladder, and I'm now in the bridge with nothing having attacked me or anything.
No, I don't.
I think you missed that bit.
Did I? Oh yeah, sorry. All the xenomorphs didn't realise.
The what?
The what?
Anyway,
So, yes.
I'll follow him in.
Okay, great. Who's following Jean-Michel?
I really want to, get into everybody's good books. I'm not lagging behind.
Okay. So that means Kai is bringing up the rear with Elizabeth.
Kai's still yawning and looking out at the lovely vista outside the air, looking for these guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will go in. Well, in that case, they will go in. Elizabeth follows, leaving you behind.
That's fine. There's nothing we need to secure up here before we go in, is it? The door's not going to close on itself.
No.
The rope's not flailing around in the wind
No.
or anything like that.
No.
Fine.
It's surprisingly quiet. The wind has kind of like died down. There's no snow flying around, apart from the odd bits of snow, sort of like 15 meters below you, sort of like eddying up a little bit against the side of the vessel. It's actually
Not
quite
a minute
clear.
at all.
Okay. Just before he goes in, basically pokes his head outside the door and sends a broadcast off to whoever's listening. Ideally, hopefully, can be relayed by the snowcat or something like that.
Yep.
And just tell them that we're going to enter the vessel via the EV pods. 5 rescue team of 5. Assuming that it seems there's no power, there won't be any comms, and any radio signal will get blocked in there.
Where is Elizabeth? Is she going to stay outside?
All right, do that and then follow on.
Or is she coming with us?
She was following, but she can stay outside if you wanted to.
Elizabeth, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm happy to come with you, or I'm happy to stay outside. I don't mind. What would you like, Shimon?
I think I'd be very happy if you wanted to come with us.
Excellent. She smiles at you through her faceplate, and follows Kit. You don't seem to have any problems talking to each other while you're walking down the corridor. As long as you've got line of sight, the suits can communicate.
Yep.
Are you saying that we're Bluetooth together?
Pretty much.
But it's laser Bluetooth?
Sure.
Right.
We really live in the future now.
Note to self: laser Bluetooth $1 million idea.
Jack, you get towards the end, and there is another door. It's another one of these doors that are shut and sealed. Presumably, when the vessel was having an emergency, which you probably know,
And everything went absolutely tits up.
everything went tits up. Everything shut. All the kind of doors sealed off. So you have to go through the exact same malarkey again. Yeah.
I suppose the power will be drained in this one too, so there won't be much point doing anything other than the hand crank.
Yep. Off you go. And
Well,
someone
Kai,
stops
you're
there.
up. You've got the strongest arms.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Be happy to.
See, I'm just a hired muscle now, am I?
You're not the hired muscle. You're the greatly valued
No.
muscular colleague.
Kit is the one. No,
Yeah,
Kit
no,
Kit has the
Kit
same
anyway.
strength, and she's got the 3 in heavy machinery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Oh,
Why am
well,
I
then.
doing the grunt work?
You're like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, you do it.
that's
a
what
good
I'm saying.
question.
That's what
Get
I'm
in
saying.
there, grease monkey.
I
Show us
totally
those
do.
rippling biceps.
So, is it heavy machinery indeed?
No, you just need a bit of muscle power. You don't have to make any rolls or anything.
You've seen those like valve doors on submarines.
It's one of these kind of
I'm
like,
imagining it's like that.
Yeah, I'm.
you
That's what
stop
I'm
it out.
thinking too. Yeah.
kind of like just like a crank of a thing. You just have to do this for about 2.5 minutes, cranking the actual hydraulics to open the door.
If you were a real piece of crap, you could make the android do it.
Yeah, but I'm totally doing this better than her because I know I've got more feeling there. I'm doing it like all
you're
gently,
definitely
like.
much stronger than the android, I'm sure. Indefatigable.
The rest of you are just sitting there. You're having a laugh and just chatting, basically, what you're doing now. It's like, well, you do it. No, we can let her do it. She's like, I'm happy to do it if you want me, man. But if you're happy to do it, you carry on.
No.
There are people dying somewhere.
Let's
Just
get
thought I'd
this
like
baby open.
remind you about that.
Just to remind you.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they could already be dead, but if that's the case, with bird in good coffee time.
Well, if you can think of any way to make them stop dying for the next 2 minutes, I think it'd be great if you would do that.
You get through the door.
I just prayed to the gods.
And you follow the corridor round.
Yes, God.
It's dark apart from the torches illuminating the sides of the bulkhead, which is exactly what you remember it being. It's very universal. It's very generic. It's grey. It's dark. There's lots of like corners and dark recesses everywhere. There's no lighting whatsoever. It doesn't appear to be any form of power going through this vessel.
It's really
You hang a right and you get to two doors, one which has the lift and one that has the actual ladder going down.
Is there any kind of ambient or abnormal noise? Because obviously we had to crank to get the doors going. So is there any, if I take like the part of the ear off, my ear will get cold obviously, but I'll be able to hear.
Well, there are microphones that you can actually hear.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a really good point. If there's survivors, they might be knocking on a wall or something.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Which you'd already done before you entered the vessel.
Look at that, brains and beauty. You got it all, babe.
You listen.
What are you crawling for?
I'm trying to get on your good side so you saved my life.
You can't hear anything.
Maybe can.
Jack, as you kind of get towards the doors, so you've got the ladder on your right, the actual lift on your left. Ahead of you is an open doorway which leads into, as you shine the light across, you can see the galley, and you can see a large circular table surrounded by benches, with whatever was on there has obviously fallen from the actual galley tables. The light shines over all the various cargo areas, which are kind of open. Everything else seems to have like fallen out. There's some few things sort of like hanging from bits of rope or string or anything like that, or maybe a bit of cord. And
nothing that there's no reason to suspect that anybody would have been bunkered in the galley when the ship was going down. So I'll just like have a cursory glance through, note the wreckage, and then be like, okay, let's go down the ladder.
Okay. So you go from deck D down to deck E. Who's going down the ladder first? You again, Jack?
Sure. I'll probably actually, because this is a ladder, I'll go down first. I'm probably going to try and be a bit careful about it just in case the ladder has been damaged in the crash.
Mm-hmm.
We have flares.
Yeah, we won't necessarily know we won't necessarily be able to see it so well, I think.
A torch. Kind of while he's crawling down, kind of keep a torch down behind him so she sees the bottom of that.
You've got like an individual torch on your helmet.
Yeah.
Sort of like,
I think it's more like if something is damaged in the integrity of the ladder somehow. I just thinking
it'd be nice to be able to see the ladder first.
Oh, I mean, I've got lights in my helmet, so I'm definitely looking at it. I can definitely see it.
Let's give it a good old squint.
You look down. The ladder actually stops at the next level, and then goes down to another level
with no ladder.
Stop. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So, but there's like a big hole.
Yes.
The ladder should go down further, but it's missing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So it's kind of like stopped. Yeah. It's broken and buckled. The hole at the bottom of it. Just
to let you all know, the ladder appears to have been damaged below deck E, which is where we're going to. So be very careful when we're coming down. I'll wait at the bottom of the. I'll wait at the bottom on deck E, just to help you off. But just be aware, and then I'll go down.
So if I'm understanding right, deck F is the deck where the ladder is wrecked, and then deck G it seems to be fine again.
So it goes down to deck. So deck E is the next deck down, and then the ladder itself goes down to another deck, or a half deck, if you want to call it, and that is all damaged. And it looks like the actual lower part of the vessel has been pushed up, So the deck F is basically been pushed up into deck E, where it's crashed.
So the ice has basically compressed the lower half of the vessel, so that all the, if that's the case, then maybe we should think that the corridors are all crushed, crumpled, and that if there's no survivors, like there may not be any survivors below the ice line, because all the decking is going to be so wrecked.
We can still look.
It would still be nice to see them bring them back.
Still have a look. I think we need due diligence anyway. And you're mapping the back of the ship anyway with the pups, so...
Ed, isn't it still SOP for these personal data transmitters to be in everyone?
It is.
Can we search for them with the pups or the PDA?
Tablets or something?
No.
Is there a shipboard system?
If you were in the actual room or the corridor that they're in, you'd be able to find them. But because of the hole, you can't access unless it's line of sight. So if it was on a planet, that'd be fine, as long as you're not in any kind of big superstructure. Or if that was connected to the superstructure, that would be a problem. So if you could access the bridge or the comm units in the vessel power, you'd be able to find out where they were in the vessel.
Okay, so the vessel has no power, right?
No.
But is there a subsystem or something we can power up just to do that one thing?
You've already done that to open up the EV door.
But if we had an external source of power, i.e. the cat and a cable, what would we need to do to get that?
Potentially, you'd need to somehow hodgepodge something together. If you want to make a...
let's get to the bridge first. Like, the bridge will have all the equipment to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think regardless, even if we were to patch in now and there was to say nothing was happening at the bridge, I think the bridge is still where we want to look anyway to see what's happened.
Oh yeah. Let's just be thinking aloud as we walk.
Yeah. But that's a good idea. Like when we get there, I think to plug into one of the.
If you wanted to make a Comtech, at -3,
Jesus,
you might be able to figure that one out.
Got the tools for it, but I'm happy to make the Comtech at -3 just to know if he's got the know-how to jury rig it rather than.
Yep.
Okay. So what do I do? I've got to right-click it and space modifier -3.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. He's heard about it, but he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
If we had long enough, we could sit and figure it out. But if there's lives on the line, we don't really have long enough.
I was trying to find a way to find them quick.
You climb down the ladder to deck E. And in front of you, you've got another door. It's not. It's a door that's easily openable. Again, you have to pull the latch out and crank it a couple of times, and then you just push the door.
Yeah.
Which you do on the other side.
I'll wait until the next person is down to help them. Then ask them to help the rest of the people down, and then I'll open the door.
Okay, that's fine. So only 2 of you can actually be by the ladder at any
Oh right,
time.
It's not very big. Right, okay.
No, it's quite a small area. It's probably about 4 meters by 4 meters.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So who's coming down after me? Maybe Kit.
Jean-Michel, do you want it or should I? I'd be happy to.
You go right ahead.
Oh, I will then.
You've got the knowledge to spot the stress factors, I reckon.
So
if we need anything, like, because stuff has been damaged as well, I probably would have asked for Kit because of your being like a heavy machinery specialist type of thing.
Yes, I am a geologist. I'm not a spaceship mechanic.
The thing you realize is that while you're talking to each other, while Jack is down the actual shaft, whoever happens to be standing above can relay his radio comm to whoever's above him, and then to behind you. But if you were to shut the door off, he wouldn't be able to communicate with anyone else.
Okay. So our comms don't go through the bulkheads.
No.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Okay.
Okay.
So you go down next. You kind of like get there and get the door. So you have to wait for the next person to sort of like get on the ladder. Jack opens the door, goes into another corridor. You can see across the way where the lift is. The whole door where the lift would be is bulked out and you can see that there's a lift that's all been kind of like compressed and pushed up and kind of like sticking out the side of the actual door. And you can see an arm sticking out of the lift and the smashed, crushed lift.
So this is why they tell you to use the stairs in the case of an emergency.
Okay.
Just out of character, I'm resisting the urge to go high five it.
Oh.
So.
Give us a hand, mate.
Oh dear. Our intrepid adventurers.
Does that add stress to us at all? Do we take one stress from seeing that?
Chris, would you like to take a point of stress, please?
Do I see that as well?
Yes, Jack. Same for you.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
So I guess I'll wait to help the next person down then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You wait for the next person to come down.
Actually, I'll wait for the next person to come down. Kit, if you can try and get the door open.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I squeeze past you and have a look at the door.
It's fine. So the lift is so when you come out of the actual shaft where the actual ladder is, you come out into a corridor. The corridor to your left-hand side, there is another door, and then the corridor hangs around to your right, and you know that heads off towards the bridge, the mother area, and the reactor relay controls.
Perfect. And to be clear, we wanted to retrieve the mother mainframe from the ship, or was there a spare one being brought here?
So there is a spare one being brought here, but it would be stored with the mother.
Oh, it would be. Okay, fine.
Getting the one that was on board the ship would probably also be valuable if we could get the data from it.
They're worth a lot of money, aren't they?
If we could salvage it, I'm sure the company would be happy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe a bonus.
Or
yeah.
I mean.
All right, so I'll be helping whoever's next down, I guess. Excuse me. Jean-Michel's down next, maybe.
Yep.
Or Kai, I don't know. Whoever's going.
Kit.
It's all 6.5.
Which way are you going to go once you get through the door? Or are you going to just wait for everyone to congregate in the same area?
Well, I guess I do know from the blueprint that we have that I want to go to the right. Yeah. So I guess I'll see how passable that corridor is, and
it seems to be intact. The floor itself every now and then seems to have part of the lower floor jutting up into the corridor.
But it's not like the elevator shaft. I don't know. It damaged the integrity of the floor or anything.
Not that you can see as you shine the light through.
Yeah, I'll just I'll see that like the coast is clear, and then hang out and wait for the rest to come down.
Okay. By the time you all get down, it's probably like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and you're now in the corridor.
And everybody has one stress too?
Point the corridor out to Jack and say, I think this is where we need to go.
Well, it depends. Are you going to point out the hand sticking out of the
I definitely would point it out to Jean-Michel, who's this? Well, you're a geologist. Never mind. No, I'll point it out to
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, probably.
Why are you showing me this?
Maybe she can tell who it is.
I don't think I'll be pointing it out. If people see it, then, and if I imagine they probably would see it. To be fair. But yeah, I won't be drawing attention to it. Maybe when Elizabeth comes down, I'll just like gesture to it or something.
Sure. Elizabeth stands in the way to stop who's last, I guess. So yeah. So other than Kai and Jean-Michel, if you're going to go out before Elizabeth, we'll say Elizabeth goes down. She kind of like stands in front of the hand. So to spare Jean-Michel and Kai seeing the arm, so you don't have any stress.
I'm guessing that we don't have no clue. It's nice to not see it.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not gonna look at it. It's fine.
If it's obvious that there's, she's obscuring something, then as I pass her, just quietly see if you can find an ID tag or anything.
You'd have to put your arm into the space where potentially where the body would be.
I'm telling her to do that, not me.
Oh, okay. Right.
She's obviously hiding something. It's obviously a nasty scene. So I'm just like, I know it's not a nice job, but see if you can find an ID.
Sure. She puts her arm in, and
I'm assuming she should have a register of a database, so even if she can see a tattoo or a face or a hair colour, she can make some kind of judgment as to who it may have been.
what?
There's only so many crew members, right?
Yeah.
And there would have only been so many blonde-haired with a ponytail.
We can also take the hand and we can do
is.
some fingerprints as well.
Exactly.
She sticks her arm in and kind of feels for some ID, and pulls out.
Reminds me of my days as a hand model.
Look, if she finds his signature item, then we'll know who it is.
Pulls out the ID of Saskia Bremer, who is the first engineer of the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a way to
An
go.
engineer should have known better.
So there's going to be, was it 8 we were looking for originally, right?
6.
6. That's 5.
So there's 6 crew.
One down, 5 to
one-
go.
And 2 passengers.
One medical technician, and one of the project lead scientist.
So 8 in total.
Yeah.
Well, that's one accounted for, I guess.
Okay. You make your way into the corridor as Elizabeth pulls out her bloodied arm. And
Just a second, folks. I'm going to go check on my kid.
sure, no problem.
Unhappy.
Would it have been bloodied, or would it have been frozen blood because it's so cold?
Hmm.
It would just be like soil, I'd imagine.
Well, we'll say it was bloodied.
So maybe it's just a few degrees above freezing? You know, like residual warmth of the engine or something?
Potentially.
If
Well, it's
the
been sitting
insulation is
here-
good enough?
No, possibly, yeah.
The corridor in front of you, again, is all buckled, and there's parts of the lower floor that have come through. But it's, possible. You can quite easily walk through it. There's no like massive gaps or anything like that you can see.
Okay.
Who is going to be up front?
Is he okay?
She says she doesn't feel good, so I guess it's the...
No.
Meh. Too much alpaca.
Yeah.
Which would be great for anyone listening to this.
Yeah, good pod. Well done.
I'll go
Yeah,
first
sorry.
again.
Yeah. Okay. So Jack, you make your way forward. It's just a little bit uneven. It's easy to kind of like walk past or walk over the broken parts that are coming through. And you kind of the actual corridor snakes from where you are around to the right, then around to the left, and then around to the left again. So it's almost like
Okay.
a question mark design.
I want to be going
You-
quite carefully as well, rather than just kind of
Yes.
stomping along.
Sure.
Naturally, with the integrity of the floor kind of being, compromised.
Yep.
But yeah. Okay.
You take it fairly gingerly and carefully, and if the floor doesn't seem to give way or anything like that, and you come to another door, which is the door to the bridge. The actual door to the bridge is open,
Mm-hmm.
and you've also got a door to the left-hand side, which is towards the reactor relay control. Which, is just kind of another fancy word for engineering. You can see the bridge, and the bridge itself. The whole front of the bridge, it was mostly glass, and when you look into the bridge, it's really cold in here. You can definitely see the temperature on your gauge goes down.
Yeah.
And you can see a load of compacted ice and snow that has kind of come through the front of the bridge. And it's almost taken out the first pilot seat and also the first engineering seat. Everything's quite low. There's lots of switches and dials and various else.
Like the Nostromo, kind of.
Yeah, that's the one. And you can see a door off to the left-hand side in that room of the bridge, which goes towards the mother.
Are there any? I mean, imagining that what's happened is the snow and ice is like smashed into the front.
Pushed in.
Have there been? Are there any bodies that have been? I can see that have been thrown back.
You can see two bodies hidden behind, partially hidden behind sort of like snow and rock, and you can also one of the chairs is off to the side. You can probably make out an arm, or a leg, and then you can see a full body that's in one of the chairs, which is really pushed up into the snow. And all you can make out is the back of the head, maybe some hair.
Okay.
But the rest of it's actually compacted into the snow, into the chair.
So I'm going to be interested in identifying both of these bodies, right?
Sure.
And I mean, we kind of expected that we're going to be finding some dead bodies, so I'm not going to try and like sugarcoat anything for anyone else. I'm just going to start kind of like doing that. So I'll roll the body that's on the floor over so I can see like the insignia on the uniform.
Yep.
Assuming they have that.
As soon as you turn it over, you can see it is the first officer, Preston. And Preston has a neat, clean bullet hole to the front of his face.
Oh,
interesting. Okay.
So while you're doing that, just 1 second.
Yeah.
So you've kind of gone in and you're sort of looking at this. Next in would be Kit. You going to be in the corridor, going into the bridge?
Well, if I understood correctly, in order for us to keep our comms connection, we couldn't have strayed all that far with the corridor snaking around, right?
Yeah.
So I would have had to make sure that Jack would never be more than like one curve ahead of me.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess by the time that he'd turned the body around, I should definitely be in the room.
Sure. Then I guess that leaves Elizabeth, and unfortunately Harry is not here. Elizabeth is going to be in the corridor. Kai, I guess you're bringing up the rear at the curve.
Yep.
So you can see Jean-Michel, who's in the doorway of the bridge, and Elizabeth, who is standing in the corridor.
So I can't see the scene yet.
No. You can see Elizabeth, and you can still hear what's obviously being said because they can relay.
But no one's described seeing a body with a hole in the face yet.
No. So back to you, Jack.
Yeah, when I see that, I won't say anything. I will go over to the body that's sitting in the chair that's kind of faces buried in the snow and ice. And see if I can pull them back out of the snow and ice. And if they're like frozen into it slightly, then I'll just see if I can somehow wedge I imagine the body's like frozen stiff as well. I'm just gonna try and do some sort of identification. Like, is there some sort of like insignia of rank or something on their arm or whatever?
Okay.
If they're not easily coming away from that ice.
Yeah, so you start to kind of do that. Can you make a strong roll for me?
A what roll?
Strength.
Hey, can I give Jack a hand? Like, I don't know,
indeed.
he takes one shoulder and I take the other.
Yep, you can do that. So if you both want to make a roll, it's fine.
So do I just?
In fact,
I get a plus one to that, don't I?
Yeah, so you just get a plus one to that. So you don't need to make a roll, Chris. Jack just gets plus one to that.
Oh,
brilliant.
Dismember.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I gotta roll stress as well now.
Yes, please.
I think I just do that right. Okay, nice.
Did I miss
Okay.
anybody being horribly dismembered?
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
No. So what happens is.
Oh, hold on a second. That should be a 7. I already had 1 stress, and I. Oh no, it doesn't. I don't gain stress from rolling the 1.
No.
I just panic. That's right.
No.
Sorry. Yep.
It's okay. Yeah. So you and Kit basically grabbed hold of the seat and the shoulders of this person in the seat, and you're trying to pull. And you kind of like give it loads of welly, and you rip. As you rip, the seat tips backwards, and you pull the body out away from the ice. But as you do that, you leave a thin layer of skin in the ice from the person's face.
Yeah.
And from where its hands were in front of it, leaving a couple of fingers. And it's right, and when it falls almost on you, and so you've got the space right in front of you. You just go like.
I mean, I'm keeping it together, right? So
yeah, keeping it together.
Yeah. Very quickly, should we take a quick comfort break if anybody needs one?
Sure. I can fill in Harry quickly.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, so just 1 second while I put the interlude card up. So we'll be back in just like 2 or 3 minutes, yeah?
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You back?
Yeah, we're back.
Right. So you pulled the body off the ice, or out of the ice, leaving this death mask embedded in the ice, as well as a couple of fingers. You can see, Jean-Michel, they pulled the body free of the ice. No, it's fine. I'm gonna make a roll.
You don't have to.
You sure? Oh, just fun.
Do it.
Yeah,
Alright,
you can just do whatever you like. You don't even have to have a roll.
Well, I can do. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I read about it in like a GM
What?
supplement.
There's like
just
like rules that I can do what I want. That's just
go
crazy.
for it. Yeah. Yeah, rules.
We
schmooze.
trust you.
Well, that was a mistake.
No, we don't.
So this isn't D&D. You don't need an excuse.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. So, Kai,
Mhm.
can you make an armor roll for me?
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. I'm guessing that's on the gear. Oh no, it's right here.
No,
So I
it's right
just
there.
click that, yeah?
Yep.
Nothing,
Okay.
I guess.
Right. So, you're busy standing there looking at
The back of Jean-Michel.
back of Jean-Michel and Elizabeth, and all of a sudden a gunshot rings out, and you get hit.
In the
Whoa.
back, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Could you take 2 health?
Oh fuck. So I'm assuming that's the equivalent of like being shot in the shoulder or the gut near the kidney that's debilitating but not critical.
Yeah. Correct.
I mean, that would have killed me.
Yes, you just kind of been hit, and you sort of like stagger backwards.
Don't I get to roll to initiative first?
Initiative.
Stagger backwards or stagger forwards? So I shot in the back and I kind of go.
No, you sort of stagger, I guess, sideways into the bulkhead and kind of grab hold of the bulkhead. You realize you've been hit in your front left side. So the shot has come from past the bridge, past Elizabeth, and past Jean-Michel.
Well, okay.
Okay, so I scream, take cover. I just grab on myself for some kind of cover.
Okay, so we'll do some initiative just for fun. Okay, so this is the way this is going to work. So what we'll do is I've got a bunch of initiative cards. Unless you have a talent that allows you to take 2, which I think is the quick or something. No, you get whatever is there. So I'm just going to go along. Harry,
Yes.
your initiative is 6. Chris, your character's initiative is 1. Matt, character initiative is 8. Habib, your character initiative is 5. Elizabeth is acting on a 3.
You keeping? Do you want one of us to write this down?
I've got it all here for you, so it's fine.
Right. Okay.
I've got a tray of them, so that's fine. We've got an initiative of 1, so that will be Chris. What is Kit going to do? You've suddenly heard a gunshot. You've obviously pulled the body. It almost happens at the same sort of time.
I guess since we're sort of at the front of the bridge, we can't necessarily see what's happening outside in the corridor, right?
No.
Ooh, tough one. I guess I might want to approach the door to, sort of check what's happening to my folks out there.
Yeah, go to where Jean-Michel is standing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right then. So next, Habib.
Elizabeth?
No, it's indeed Elizabeth. Yeah, it is Elizabeth.
Remember, we
So
can
Elizabeth-
we can swap initiative
Yeah.
spaces with each other
Yeah.
if we
So,
can talk to each other.
Elizabeth, straight away, moves towards you, and as she's starting to walk towards you, she says, "I think they went that way." So she's essentially swapping your initiative with you. So Habib, you're on a 3.
Okay. So is there any cover where I am immediately from where the shot came from?
Basically, from where you are, you can take a step backwards and you'll be around the bend, so you would be out of line of sight.
Yep. So okay, kind of takes a step backwards and then starts rummaging for his pistol that obviously wasn't on easily accessible holstering.
Yeah, no problem. Cool.
And screams, "Take cover!" to people.
That's fine.
You keep saying that, but we don't know what it means.
Right. In which case, you get joined by Elizabeth as she's getting out of the line of fire. Jean-Michel, you're in the doorway, so the gunshot has actually gone past you, and it carries on down the corridor. So you could glance down the corridor if you wanted to. You've probably got the best line of sight, or you could just duck into the bridge out of the line of fire.
I'm having a hard time mentally visualizing which way things are going, but I think probably the first I would be ducking into the bridge out the line of fire.
Okay. You do that. You very quickly get out of the line of fire. Right, so Jack.
Yeah, I'll just quickly point out as well, just a rules thing, since that's one of the things we do on the channel.
Yes.
Habib, Kai will take 1 extra stress anytime you receive damage, at least 1 point of damage from something. You take stress as well.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
I guess I'm gonna waste my entire turn like trying to get my shotgun out and look around.
Yep. Okay.
Like try and get my bearings. Like what's happening? Who's been shot? Like where has? Well, I know Kai's been shot because she's like shouting it. Yep. But like looking around, like what's going on? I'm assuming it's come from behind us, not in the.
It's not come from the bridge, no.
Yeah.
It's from the corridor outside the bridge.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like trying to get my bearings. I don't know if I need to roll anything, but that's basically all I'm doing and getting my shotgun out.
Yeah, as you get your shotgun out, looking around, you can see that Jean-Michel's coming into the bridge area, kind of looking behind him, going, "There's someone with a gun out in the corridor." As you're unslinging your shotgun, Kit is kind of like going towards Jean-Michel as he's coming in, and Elizabeth and Kai have basically got out of the line of fire and gone around the corridor.
Are there some sort of like speakers on the outside of these suits so we can like flick it on?
Yeah.
Broadcast our voice.
Yeah.
So I'll do that and just shout, "Cease fire! We're part of the rescue team, for fuck's sake!"
Okay.
You want off this ice ball, don't you?
Okay.
That's it for my turn.
That's fine. Right. Chris, what's Kit going to do?
I don't know what to do in these situations. I've just, I don't have combat training. Exactly. So I sort of look to Jack for orders or anything, I guess. And I mean, so I suppose now that they've taken cover, I can't actually see Elizabeth and Kai, right?
No. So you if you got to the door, you could stick your head out of the doorway and you could look left back to where Elizabeth and Kai would have gone, or right to where you assume the shooter has gone.
Yeah.
Or there is a door directly opposite you, which is a closed door, which leads to the reactor relay controls.
Yeah, no, I'd like to make sure that they're fine, but there's no way I'm going to run after them into whatever might be happening there. No.
Okay, good. That's wise. Okay. So you just kind of hold fire, wait to see what happens. Jean-Michel
I
obviously
guess I might
the room.
take out the cutting torch in lieu of something more effective.
Yep, that's fine. You can always swap initiative with either Jean-Michel or with.
Well, I guess
with
Jack's
Jack.
the one who could really do with it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you kind of think about what you can do. You go no, and just basically hand over the initiative to Jack. That's fine. So Jack, you're now on 1.
Right. Okay.
So you don't do anything. You just kind of like, I don't know. What do you want to do? And you essentially hand your initiative over to Jack. So you're going first.
Okay. I'll get up and I'll kind of try and rush towards the door to the bridge, where I guess Kai is on the inside, around the
he's around
taking
the corridor
cover on one side of it, right?
So he's not in the doorway. He's down the corridor somewhere where it goes into an S shape.
Oh, right.
So he was kind of carrying up the back of the corridor while you were all inside the bridge, or while 2 of you were in the bridge, and he was just outside.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I imagine he was.
So he wasn't actually in the bridge at all.
Right. Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna go to I'll rush to the door of the bridge with my shotgun, and obviously I'm aware that I'm like very visible with my like double torches on my helmet and everything, or single, however it works. And yeah, I'll just kind of like peek around the side and just try and see if anyone's there.
Make an observe roll, for you, please.
Yep. Good that I've got some stress too here.
Yeah, we like that.
My observation is 3. It's the best thing I'm good at. So hopefully, damn it, panic. So I'm gonna roll my stress then. A 1. Okay, so
Oh, that's good. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm keeping it together.
Shoot all your rounds off the shotgun.
I get. Oh, actually, I don't get the success either. If you roll a panic thing. Yeah. Right.
So yeah, you kind of like look around the corner. No. You can't see anything. Okay. What's Kai going to do?
Probably something quite disagreeable. So he knows the direction of where it's coming.
Yep.
It's a straight corridor.
It's a straight corridor. It bends around again. So they presumably be on the bend area.
He gently grabs Elizabeth by the scruff of the neck and says, "Sorry, mission imperative. Will you walk in front of me, please?" And basically tries to lead her down the corridor with a human shield, shooting at anything he sees.
She looks at you and gives you this kind of like wide-eyed, "What the hell?"
She can't stop it. She can't stop it because he's walking himself into peril.
And she's like, "But sir," or she's, "But Kai."
It's grossly unethical.
Just look forward.
Well, I said programming is to protect human life, right?
It is, but this is cruel.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you kind of like just pushing her, and you're like out the corner like this. Okay. Right.
See, when there's an android uprising,
he's the first to go.
It's going to be stuff like this.
You have to choose. You have to choose a buddy and a rival, right?
I guess you do.
I rolled a dice. For some reason, he just doesn't like her.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of like by the scruff of the neck, you go round the corner with her, and she gets shot.
Well, look, if it didn't kill me, it's not going to kill her.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So she takes a round to the chest, and you can see where the gunshot came from. Just on the edge of the actual bend.
Yep.
It goes past the bridge and it bends back round.
Okay.
You can see there's someone that's obviously there. They don't have the lights on. There's no kind of like flashlight or anything like that.
Could I kind of unload in the direction of the muzzle flash?
You'll have to wait till your next round.
Okay.
Okay. Right then, Jean-Michel. You are in the bridge now.
Yes. Are there any objects in my immediate vicinity that are reflective, like mirror-like? Because I'd like to acquire something reflective and mirror-like so I can use it to look round the door into the corridor without exposing myself to fire.
Sure. There's like a silver PDF that you could use to kind of. It's not going to be the best, but you can probably use that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to use my own PDA because if that
No.
gets shot, then I'll be very upset.
You just grab one from sitting in the console and you just pull it out.
Yeah,
And kind
just
of,
be like...
Yep.
Can I use that to see what's going on in the corridor?
Sure, you can make an observer -1. Observation -1.
Finally, actually relatively smart response to a problem.
I say that's why you're the scientist,
Oh wow.
making use
Bloody
of
hell.
physics and such. You see everything.
Yep.
I see
Amazing.
everything.
Wow.
Hold on a second. You would have seen a dead body in the bridge, though, right?
Uh,
I think I might be focused on the gunshots.
no, because
Yeah.
he basically Harry said that he basically came in and looked behind him rather than looking
Oh, right,
towards
okay.
there, so he
Cool.
hasn't actually.
Wow, you've avoided stress this whole time. Well done.
Oh. Don't look at anything. Don't look at anything.
Again,
Same
that's
rules
the
as Call of
scientist.
Cthulhu. Try not to notice.
Yes, you look
If it
out.
ain't rocks, I don't care.
You can see a woman with dark hair who is lined up with a pistol and is just shooting around the corner. You recognize her. Make a wits roll. Yep.
Whoa, you are lucky to die.
That is Ada Klein, the medical technician that woke you up when you came to.
Great. Do I still have any action time left over?
No, that'll be you.
Fair enough. Do I have
I-
enough
I
action
knew
time
she
to
was a
to shout out
bitch.
"It's Ada" or something like that?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's fine. It's Ada. Yep. And as you say it's Ada. Yeah, that's cool.
That'll be over our own comms, though, right?
Yes, so your own
Yeah.
comms. It's Ada. Right, Kit. That leaves you.
What do you mean it's Ada?
Well,
You can
So
have
much
a
for that.
brief. Yep, okay.
Why would she
Okay.
be shooting us? Ah!
Right.
I don't know. She was just a mean dickhead from the start.
Yeah, she was, wasn't she?
I feel
Ah!
like this is the natural evolution of someone who's a real dickhead is just to open fire.
I mean, she could have just put a pillow on our faces before she woke us up. No reason to go shooting us now.
Okay.
Didn't have to
So
even get to this horrible planet.
back to you, Jack.
So I've just heard Jean-Michel say it's Ada.
And Kit's having a few strongly worded.
Yeah.
Having
Monologue.
a bit of a response.
Yeah.
I have an opinion about this person.
She can't hear you.
I'm gonna have my speakers still like switched on, and just kind of shout out, "Ada, stand down! It's me, Jack Nagumi. We're here to rescue you, for God's sake. Put your gun down. Stop shooting at us."
Okay.
So can I make like
okay.
a manipulation roll or something?
You can make a manipulation roll.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be effective at all. Oh wait, why am I asking to make rolls when I have stress? I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, don't antagonize. It's already trying to drink in my face.
There we go. I got one
Okay.
success. It's for people listening who aren't familiar with the rule set, it's an opposed roll. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm assuming that she's in control of her senses.
You are
While I'm
assuming a
shouting
lot.
that, can I also like have another look and see if
Yep.
if I can see her?
look out. Yeah, you can see it now because of because of Jean-Michel's amazing observation and basically saying exactly where she is.
I imagine he would have pinned her with his lights when he saw her as well, so I kind of know roughly where
you
he's
kind of
looking.
look out and you can see her. And she's basically pointing out the side.
The main thing
the
main thing I'm actually interested in is how has she survived the crash? What is she wearing? How is she even able to be firing on us? That sort of thing. Observation. Give me a sec. 1 success.
Ooh, well done. You look. You can see it's her. Then you realise that she's actually wearing a combat armor.
Combat armor.
She's wearing combat armor, and she's wearing cold weather gear. But you can see she's wearing a combat armor breastplate with greaves and arms, very much like the colonial Marines would wear. Yep. Which like take you back for a second.
Okay.
Kai.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was just going to ask a very quick question. On the map that we're looking at in Foundry, at the top right, there's a picture of 2 people in suits. Are those ape suits?
1 second.
Or are they something else? Are those the dog? Are they called dog suits or something?
Yeah, they're the ape suits. That's the Weyland-Yutani version of the ape suits.
Okay. All right, it's good to know. Okay. Cool.
So
ours is kind of similar-ish to
that's you've got that, but you've actually got face plates. You've actually got like face screens instead of the weird metal things they've got there. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I think they're actually very similar to the ones that you see in Alien 3 when the guys turn up at the end, all white.
Yep, that's the one. Except these are in a very nice dark blue and light blue color for the cell biomesh.
Nice. I like that. Glacial.
Let's
call the colour glacial flow.
Okay. Yes, Kai, walking forward with Elizabeth as your shield.
And you shoot the bitch. Not Elizabeth.
I guess I know who I'm gonna start disliking.
Okay.
Not here to make friends, just here to make money.
Fucking evidently.
Okay, go on then. Yeah, you can see her. It's fine. Just make a standard.
So I've got to do range combat. Okay, not the greatest skill, but he's got escape on that, and I don't have to do a stress or anything, do I? So
yes, you do.
Oh yes, it comes up. It comes up automatically. Is what I meant.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
I'm
assuming revolver, 1 shot around or whatever.
Yeah. So you do your base dice damage, which I think is 2 for revolver.
Yep.
And then your extra success is another damage, so that'd be 3 damage.
Okay, so do I just have to do a roll for that?
Nope, you could just do 3 damage.
Okay.
Glad you have some armor.
Well, there's
lots of armor.
You've got the option though, don't you? Instead of doing
there are some other options. Yes.
So could I kind of like go for, instead of adding an extra point of damage, can I aim for an exposed location?
No.
Yeah,
You're able to. It's basically so. The stunts are you can inflict 1 extra point of damage. It's on page 67 of the book. If anybody wants to follow. You can pin down your enemy, so they have to make an immediate panic roll. You can position yourself and get to exchange your initiative score with your enemy, taking effect next turn.
Excellent.
You can,
How far?
You can make them drop their weapon or another handheld object, or you can cause them to fall to the ground, or to be pushed back.
Yeah.
How far is she from me?
She is probably about. In fact, I'll tell you exactly how far she's away from you. She is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 meters in front of you.
Am I going before Elizabeth, or is Elizabeth going before me?
You're going before Elizabeth.
So, can I either shoot her hand or a gun so that she can't return fire, or pin her down or whatever, and then basically push Elizabeth forward and say, detain her?
You could do.
All right.
Yeah, so you're effectively shooting at her weapon for her to drop it, kind of like.
Just to give pause enough, hopefully, for the android to essentially bundle her, I guess.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. And then you just push Elizabeth forward. Okay.
And swiftly trying to follow up, obviously, but she's going to cover the distance a lot faster than me.
Okay, that's fine. I like that.
You are the devil.
So Ada takes 2 damage, and Elizabeth, well, just I want to roll on here now. Fun.
This is where Elizabeth falls over her own suitulations.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have any close combat, so she's just going to make
The wrong damn android.
Standard strength roll.
This one's
Maybe I
a
should have
medical
kept her as a shield.
droid. She's not got programming for this sort of stuff.
This is going to turn into a complete enough to cluster F, isn't it?
It's not bad.
Did you say cluster F?
I did. I didn't really want to swear when there was no need to.
Elizabeth rushes forward and leaking some fluid from the bullet to the chest.
Oh, don't forget she gets resistance or something, doesn't she?
So she rushes towards to Ada and goes to grab Ada, which she does. She manages to struggle with Ada to kind of bring her some sort of sense of control.
If it's obvious that she's under control, then I'll kind of follow back. But if we're still in combat, obviously, then that's next turn, I guess.
Yes. So, Jean-Michel.
Excellent. I'm not sure if I can do anything right now, but I do have a question.
Sure.
Is it possible to fix androids?
It is possible to fix androids.
What sort of skill is it that you do?
Probably a mixture of Comtech and Middle Aid, I would imagine.
Just thinking, our best, possibly only medic has got a hole in it. And
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like that's a situation we may want to address soon.
Well,
Sure,
I
fine.
should hope that Elizabeth is capable of telling me where to, put my wrench.
Figuratively or literally?
So I take it Jean-Michel is just going
Depends
to
how
basically.
brave you are.
I take it you're going to be waiting to have a look and see what's going on. 'Cause you
Yeah, I'm going to pass my initiative over.
Okay. You
So that
could
somebody else
swap.
can
You
take
could
better
swap
use
with
of-
Chris if you want.
I suppose like the other two have already gone, so it's
Yeah.
really only. Yeah, go on, Chris. You go.
Okay.
So does it look like Ada's disarmed and I can safely?
You see Elizabeth run past the door. Do you want to stick your head out next to? You've got in the doorway. You've currently got Jack with a shotgun looking down the side. You've got Jean-Michel by the other side of the door, looking like this. Looking at you. So you can run between them if you wanted to look out. You can just kind of try and look past Jack, maybe. I don't know.
Well, can I?
Getting very
Can
crowded
I-
in the doorway.
Can I look at Jean-Michel's screen and see what Elizabeth's doing?
Yeah, sure. You look down, you can see sort of Elizabeth bundling Ada, and they're in the process of having a bit of a fight.
Well, if it looks like she's successful in disarming her, I'd super much like to rush to, stop the leak in her side. But before she's not done that, not so much.
Okay, so you'll wait for them to have the fight first. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run at a person with a gun. Nah.
Okay.
Sensible.
That is very sensible.
I mean, I know it's a role-playing game, but still very sensible.
Okay. Elizabeth is grappling with Ada, Ada pulls out a knife and buries it deep into poor old Elizabeth's neck area.
That's where all the servos are.
Right
Such
here.
a delicate servos.
There's loads of like white, milky fluid coming out of Elizabeth. And Elizabeth's like grunting and fighting with Ada. But they seem to be kind of like struggling.
I really
sort of like
can put the boot in.
Jack, back to you.
She doesn't seem to be standing down. I've told her to stand down. She's just...
I think we've established that diplomacy has failed.
Stabbed Elizabeth. So...
Yep.
Can I shoot her with my shotgun from where I am without hitting Elizabeth?
No.
So I guess I'm gonna move forward and get closer.
You could technically, I'd let you get in, because she's not that far away from you, technically you could rush to her and kind of stick the gun in point blank, but you'd have to pass a close combat roll to do that.
Like an opposed one?
Yeah.
You're not just gonna
shit, that's not gonna
do
be
her head in.
very... I mean, I've got no skill in close combat. My strength is 3.
So probably not then.
So that's probably not something I'm too confident to do.
Yep.
But Kit's big and strong.
If you're good at throwing,
if you order me to, go get in there.
If you're good at throwing things, you could probably just grab a fire
I don't
extinguisher
wanna,
and boink it off her head.
Yeah, I think I'm going to approach.
Yep.
But I'm not going to rush right up to her. And I'm gonna over the comms. I'm gonna switch on my comms and say, "Kit, I'm gonna cover her. We need to take her down, but I can't shoot her with my shotgun, with Elizabeth standing this close. I need you to run in here and take her down. She's out of control. Preferably not kill her."
Okay. Right. So, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
You're making your way towards these two people fighting.
Going to do what Harry so gentlemanly suggested to do and put the boot in, basically. Anyway, I can put a knee or body weight to restrain her a little bit, whether it be a flailing arm or her
right in the back of the knee,
kidney, solar plexus, depending where she is. Not looking to interrupt what
if she's wearing
Elizabeth is doing.
Body armor.
If there's nothing that obvious, then it will literally just be prodding the gun into a soft spot.
Okay.
If she doesn't, still can shoot her, because I can still see a knife in what's her face, right?
Well, she's basically jammed it in her and pulled it out. It looks like she's going to stab her again. There's a general melee in the corridor where they're kind of like fighting and stabbing. So you're trying to like come in and.
Oh yeah, there's hell no. Am I going to be going in there myself?
You could put the boot in if you want.
If she's still flailing, then it's going to be the gun into a soft spot, and if she doesn't stop, then shoot.
Well, I'm going to ask you. You can either put the gun into a soft spot and shoot, or you can just jam it into there and kind of like go stop it or whatever you're going to do.
Does it look like Elizabeth is damaged badly? That she's going to lose control.
There's white milky shit coming out of her neck.
I'll shoot her.
Okay, poor Elizabeth.
No! Put her down. Don't have a misery.
Okay, yeah, you shoot Ada.
Not ideally in the body mass, not face to death sort of thing.
Go on then. You're at -1.
Okay. I've got
well, you roll your
around in combat.
For the love of God, don't twat this up.
I think you click.
I'm literally going point blank, so it shouldn't be. I can only miss her, not hit Elizabeth. It says, hopefully.
Well, depends what you get.
Fuck it, let's see.
Watch as you roll all ones.
All stresses.
No. Well, I don't know why it done it twice.
That was a lot of dice.
Well, go with the first one.
Dice.
Oh no, Jack rolled straight after me.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, that was me. Observation.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, you. Where do you want to shoot her?
So basically, she's struggling on the floor, right? The easiest thing for me to do is to kind of grab her body vest, stick the gun in her gut, shoot it, and then scream in her face, "Fuck it!"
You do shoot her in the soft spot. Her armor roll was terrible, and you pull the trigger, and as you shoot her in the side, this milky white stuff comes out from the side of her.
Okay.
Oh.
That's gonna be more
Unload.
stress as well.
All the medics are androids now.
Apparently.
So one of the other triggers for taking stress is
Yes.
a
out
person
someone's
nearby
level.
is revealed to be an android.
Yep.
I'll have that.
Okay.
I'll have it.
That's gonna be me too, and probably
Yes.
Kit, I guess. Was Kit not there
yes.
yet? Kit hasn't moved in. Oh yeah.
No, not Kit.
Right.
No. Well, they'd be looking at sort of like through the thing, so probably they wouldn't be able to see that. So, in fact, no, not even you either. Not even Jack either. Just you, Kai. So you take a point of stress. Could you please make a roll?
Got it. I'm on 2 now. What's this for?
You'll just make a stress roll for me, please.
I did by clicking stress, right?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Well,
so
hold on. That's a panic roll, right?
Sorry, panic roll. No, it's not panic. You just get the stress, don't you?
Yeah, you don't make the panic roll.
No. That's only when you actually
You make
the
it.
roll. Yeah.
Well, no. There's again on page 104. There's several triggers. You witness a friendly character suffering from a certain panic effect. You're pinned
Then
down
you
by
go.
a ranged attack. You suffer a critical injury. You're attacked by a strange alien creature that you've never seen before, or a truly
that's
horrifying
fine.
event occurs, or you trigger the facehuggers on the dice.
No, that's fine.
Ah.
Okay, so it's just a point of stress for that.
Yeah, you just
Just
take
point
the
of stress.
You can
You
take
don't-
the
you don't
stress. It
actually
doesn't
do it.
necessarily trigger a roll. Yeah.
Yep. My mistake.
Okay. Now this is worth getting our heads
Cool.
around because it's
I'm all for it. It makes a
Yeah.
good story.
Yep.
Okay. In which case, it is her. No, it's Chris. So,
Yes.
what are you gonna do, Kit?
Is there any room for me left to rush in there now that there's Elizabeth and
Yeah,
Kai sort of covering?
Once, if you
her.
were there, so they're all kind of like moving around in this corridor, fighting, punching. You've got Kai who's kind of come in and also kind of added to the melee. If you went in, then that's it. There's not going to be enough room for anyone else. So it would just be you and Kai and Elizabeth fighting her. Everyone
Yeah,
will
but
just watch.
that's what Jack's told me to do. I'll do it.
Okay. So you're gonna rush in, and you're gonna attack her.
I'm thinking I'd like to get my knife out
Yep.
too.
Well then, stab her.
Like I said, blast it off.
Yes, exactly. Let's see how that goes. I wish it was a heavy machinery roll. I can do those better.
Let's come back instead, please.
Just wait till you get a chainsaw knife, then it's heavy machinery rolls.
You can push it if you want.
That's another stress die, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no risk. Of that. there you
Oh,
Very good.
nice. Yes, you stab her.
Lucky I know that she's an android now, so no added stress.
Well, you don't know she's an android yet.
Well, I did see the stuff come out as I would. I mean, I would have
No,
seen
no,
her
you
fluid
didn't.
before I. No?
You didn't know. Because you've gone in and you've gone to stab her. You stabbed her and then you realise that's the case. So you can get a point of
Right.
stress.
How fun! Don't have me roll anything again this round. I guess.
No, that's it.
That's not how it works.
So you got what? How many stress have you got now? 3 or 4?
4.
You'll need
we
to
like
add that last one manually too.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Oh man, shit. Kai,
right.
how much has Kai got?
This is my first assignment. I did not know that was going to be like this. I should have become like an insurance clerk, like my Uncle Morris.
You didn't sign up to try and kill androids, did you?
I just wanted to fix things, man.
You're not supposed to shiv androids. It's just not something you ever think about doing.
You're shooting my boss there.
Okay. So, Kit, you make an armor roll, please.
Armor. Calm and right up. I can do that.
That's good. She's sort of like fighting with Elizabeth. She's kind of like trying to kick at Kai because you just stabbed her in the side. It was like white goos kind of come out into your knife. She kind of moves the knife and she slices across your chest, but she manages to catch your armor and slices around the armor. Your armor reduces by 1. She cuts like a hole of the thing, which then does also mean that you are now exposed to whatever's in the vessel. As is Kai. Right. So that's an 8. So Jean-Michel.
Hooray. I'm utterly useless in this situation. I'm trying to think of any way in which what I'm able to do could have any impact on this.
Mm-hmm.
A cheerleader routine.
So I
that
guess
would be nice.
This is when I get out my harmonica, because I'm going to give you bardic inspiration.
Love bards.
Okay.
Although in all seriousness, I can't think of a single thing I could possibly do to help anybody.
Nope. It's probably going to be one of those kind of like you're just watching this whole scene unfold. It's just like this melee kind of.
I guess I'm just going to stand there, just being like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's about right. So Jack, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, do I see the white synthetic fluid?
You do at this point. You're like, oh, okay.
So I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna kind of shout through the comms, "Kit, get back!"
Hi.
She's a synth. She's too strong. And then I'm gonna step forward and kind of shoot, hopefully at point blank range.
So you want to try and get your shotgun in between all of them.
Yeah, I think we need to step back before you can.
Let's do.
Really?
I'll swap initiative. What's Kit's
You
initiative?
can swap your initiative. Kit's is 6.
That's after the other one is acted, right?
That would be after Kai and
Ada.
After Kai would have acted and Elizabeth.
That's fine. Yeah, well, I'll swap then with Kit. So I'll shout that at Kit.
Okay.
I'll be like, yeah, what I just said, and tell you to get back.
Yep.
So we're basically swapping initiative.
Yep.
So it's straight back to you again.
So back
Chris.
to you.
Mm.
So back to you. What are you gonna do? You've just been told get back by Jack.
So I do that. I just got sliced across the chest. That wasn't fun. Ew.
So to give you an idea, you can either get back down the corridor that they're in, or you could move past Ada into the corridor, around and off to the corner, which leads to.
No. Back to the bridge.
Okay. So you basically just back up.
Oh, you're saying you could go around behind her and kick her in the ass?
Okay.
That's not what I was told to do.
Okay, you come running back because she's still like engaged with Elizabeth and with Kai.
This is a cluster F.
Anybody got any duct tape to fix this thing up?
Is that racist against androids?
Kai.
Unload.
Okay, that's fine.
The gun's already in the soft spot, I'm assuming. It's already made a hole, so just push it further and keep putting the trigger, trying to dodge the knife.
Well, then,
What do I do? There's no roll to make. It's just bang, click, 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 click.
Yeah, you just make a standard roll, please.
Okay, no worries. Ooh, is that good or bad? That's very good, isn't it?
That's very good, yeah.
That is very good.
So
all sorts of damage, yeah.
That would technically do negative 4 damage if you wanted it to. Or
yeah, kind of.
The
gun's in a soft spot. I kind of vaguely know Android. And I have to be looking for the something.
So it's
critical.
2.
3 extras.
2,
3 extras. Plus the
it's
2
critical,
base.
isn't it? Is your, I think that's a critical for your.
Critical?
Is that
There's
critical? Oh, it's not. I keep
It's not
mixing up with
Coriolis.
the other games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Too many Year Zero engines in my brain. Yeah. Okay.
So it's five base damage
5.
if you don't want to do anything else.
No, there's nothing else I can't do. I'm not strong enough to restrain her. She's doing damage to everyone else. It's just a matter of it's a war of attrition now, basically.
In fact, it actually would be.
Just while we're trying to figure this out, apologies to viewers. My Skype video feed is like pausing on people a lot, and I'm getting an error on YouTube that it's not getting enough video. So I'm not even sure if it's. Can you just have a look if it's still streaming?
Yep, hang on.
Or if anybody's in chat, can you just let me know whether you're still able to see anything?
Yeah, it's still streaming.
Okay, all right. It's just saying viewers will experience buffering. So.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. Hopefully it's still.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Anyway, all right.
Okay. Yeah. So actually,
I've got 4 successes in total, so that takes the damage to 6.
yeah. Well, it takes her over her damage, so that actually means that she does actually take a critical from over damage.
Nice.
So let's see what happens.
Ooh.
Head dislocation.
Nice.
Somehow I managed to shoot straight up the.
No, basically you're fighting and you kind of like stick it in the soft part, which is right next to here, and you pull the trigger, and you take her head off.
You blew her arse out her brains.
And yeah, she falls down. Her arms wiggle a little bit. Loads of white fluid sprays along the corridor. And then
she's still going, right?
Yeah, she's kind of like doing this a bit, and then she kind of like her servers kind of lock up, and then
after she got shot
stops.
another 2 times because he's not stopping at that point.
Yeah.
So scuttle back and Elizabeth get clear sort of thing.
Okay, Elizabeth's kind of like covered in the white milky substance that's all over Elizabeth, mixed with her own. Yeah, that's the end of combat.
It's the forbidden chicken soup.
Elizabeth, I'm gonna point my shotgun at her.
She
Do
turns.
you want to tell me why the fuck we just got attacked by a synth? You gonna start attacking us? What's going on? Why? I didn't think you could attack us. I thought you were supposed to. That your programming prohibited that.
There are combat models.
I kind of gently kind of pushes the shotgun away from friends.
She's kind of like sticks her fingers in her neck, just to flow to stop the flow of the liquid.
Sorry, can I plug you up if you plug me up?
She says, I would assume that she was an infiltration model.
Oh no, poor Elizabeth.
And you can just see the sort of like white trickling that's coming out of her. Well, I think that seems like a good point to end it.
Yeah.
On the 2-hour mark.
It does. Yeah. Right on the money.
Oh my goodness, I really have to change rivals. I feel so sorry for her now.
Changing rivals is something you can definitely do between sessions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no restrictions on that, so you can swap them. I mean, this.
Yeah, we all found out who the tit is, and we're all changing rivals now, and it's
bound to happen at some point.
At some point.
Every campaign needs a villain.
Don't forget, he's the only one that can fly.
Cool.
No, I still think you're super badass. I'm just mad at Jean-Michel now because he was even more useless than me, and that can't fly.
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
Cool. Thank you very much, Ed.
Excellent.
We're going to be back in 2 weeks' time, assuming everyone's available. That's the 18th of April for session 4, for episode 4. Yeah, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and like buttons for this video and for the channel, because it helps to grow the channel. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can either leave them in the description below for the video, or you can reach out to us on social media. All the links are in the description. They're also at the little ticker here at the bottom of the video screen. So thanks so much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.